students, today we are going to learn 9 Science 1 chapter 1st Laws of Motion. In this session we will discuss Newton's first law and Newton's second law of motion with some examples. Okay, now here we can observe the images. Here some images pictures are given. The image on the left hand side, you can observe that this is an example of inertia. That means one giraffe is driving a car and the car suddenly stops and he will get a forward jerk. Why it happens? Okay. And in second picture you can observe that the two men are playing and the motion of the first man is a greater and the motion of the second man is a not much so greater. Why this? Okay. In third example we can observe that there is a one cannon and the cannonball is a release. Okay, so what is happening here? So these examples are related with the Newton's laws of motion. We will going to discuss these examples in details in next. Okay, that means we have to study the first law of motion, law of inertia. First example of giraffe, that is related with the law of inertia. This is called as the first law of motion. And in second image, this image is related with the momentum. It is called as the second law of motion. In third law, action and reaction forces are there of cannon and cannonball, and this is an example of third law of motion. We will discuss in details. Okay, now here observe in these two pictures. In first picture we can observe that two boys are playing with a one rope. That means they applying equal and opposite force in opposite direction, equal opposite force. Okay, so here they cannot fall. Okay, they can balance. So this is called as a balance force. Okay, now unbalanced force. Unbalanced force means here we can observe that here the one cat and two kittens are playing. Okay, playing a seesaw, and we can observe that sometime they become a balancing, but another time they get unbalanced. That means this force is called as unbalanced force. Okay, so balanced force means the force applied by both the sides are equal, that is called as a balance. And unbalanced force means when the applied force becomes unequal, that is unbalanced. So these are called as a balance and unbalanced force. Okay, now here Newton's first law of motion. In this we can observe that in this first picture the boy was thinking that will this ball stop. That means the ball is completely in a motion. Okay, so this ball is in motion. So while stopping the ball we have to apply an external force on the ball. That means the ball, suppose this is an object, that object continues to remains in the state of uniform motion unless an external force, unbalanced force acts on it, and this is called as the Newton's first law of motion. Okay, in second example we just seen that this example of giraffe was driving a car and giraffe and the car having the same speed, they are moving with the same speed. Okay, but the brake are applied and the speed of car suddenly stops, but the giraffe are trying to maintain his position, trying to maintain his state of motion, so he will getting the forward jerk. Okay, so this happens because of Newton's first law of motion. This is called as the Newton's first law of motion. That means an object continues to remain at rest or in a state of uniform motion along a straight line unless an external unbalanced forces acts on it. Okay, so this is called as a Newton's first law of motion. Okay, now here you can see the man was hammering and the ball goes. Okay, so at the first time he hammers slowly, then the ball getting the small height, and then he thinking that then he hammering with more force, he's applying the more force, and the ball gets on the greater height. Okay, why this happened? Because of momentum, and this is called as a Newton's second law of motion. because here the effect of one object striking another object depends on the mass and the velocity of the object. Okay, that means the force depends on the property related with the mass and velocity, and this property is called as a momentum, and it is denoted by P. So we can write P equal to mv. This is called as a momentum, and it is a vector quantity because it is related with the velocity. So how to define the Newton's second law? The rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force, and change of momentum occurs in the direction of force. Okay, so this is called as Newton's second law. Okay, and we know that it is a vector quantity. So let's define what is the unit. SI unit of momentum. Momentum P equal to mv, and SI unit of mass is kilogram, and velocity is meter per second. So we get the SI unit of momentum is kilogram mass per second, and while CGS system unit is gram centimeter per second. Okay, so this is called as Newton's second law of motion. Okay, because here force depends on momentum. Okay, now here let us derive the equation. Okay, the boy is playing with a bat and ball, and he is striking the ball with the bat. Okay, suppose that the ball having the mass m, having the initial velocity u, then we can write the initial momentum of the object as p equal to mass into velocity, so m into u. Okay, so the final momentum after time t, the velocity of ball changes, so we can write final momentum after time t equal to m into v. So rate of change of momentum equal to change in momentum upon time. Change in momentum equal to mv minus mu upon t. So we will get, by cancelling m, taken out m common, we get m into v minus u upon t. Okay, here m is a common. Okay, so in bracket v minus u upon t. Now we know that v minus u upon t is rate of change of velocity, and it is called as acceleration. It is denoted by a, so we can write equal to ma. So rate of change of momentum equal to m into a. So according to the Newton's second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum is proportional to the applied force. Therefore we can write ma is directly proportional to f. That means if this momentum increases, force also increases. Momentum decreases, force also decreases. They are directly proportional to each other. So we can get F equal to K into some constant of proportionality into Ma. So let's take value of K equal to 1. We get F equal to Ma. Okay. So now unit of force. We know that unit of force is called Newton. So 1 Newton equal to unit of mass is kilogram, and unit of acceleration is meter per second square. So 1 Newton equal to 1 kilogram 1 meter per second square. Okay, and CGS unit is 1 dyne equal to 1 gram into 1 centimeter per second square.